Most people start their week already weighed down by previous bills. They exert massive effort on a financial treadmill, only to find themselves losing ground as the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle takes hold. Society reinforces this by glorifying the appearance of success. We finance new cars and swipe cards for luxury vacations, stockpiling depreciating assets just to project an image of wealth we haven't actually built. This diagram illustrates lifestyle inflation. As income rises, expenses climb at the same rate. The two lines move in lockstep, eliminating the margin for savings. Without it, emergencies force you to borrow. A red zone of high-interest debt fills the gap, consuming future earnings. A higher salary cannot fix a behavioral spending problem. If your financial operating system is programmed to consume everything it receives, a larger paycheck simply provides the fuel for a larger collapse. We absorb lessons about money long before we earn our first dollar. Our early childhood experiences and systemic environments program us with a baseline money story. If you grew up believing that money is scarce or that success is reserved for others, your brain creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will subconsciously sabotage your own growth to stay aligned with those internal beliefs. Chronic economic hardship and poverty act as a form of trauma. When you spend years strictly focused on surviving today, your brain physically struggles to recognize or plan for long-term opportunities. To build wealth, you have to overwrite that baseline programming. Real growth begins when you transition your identity from someone who is surviving the week to someone who is creating freedom. The market is indifferent to the hours you sit at a desk. It operates as a scorekeeper for the value you deliver to others. Capital is the reward for solving a problem, not for the effort spent attempting it. Generating wealth requires high-income skills. Whether it is building AI automation workflows, writing persuasive copy, or managing performance marketing, you are utilizing modern tools to produce direct revenue for the market. Once you master those skills, the path upward isn't about working 50 more hours a week. It requires acquiring better clients who value strategy and outcomes over manual labor. By combining specialized knowledge with a strong personal brand, clients start seeking you out. Your income detaches from the clock and scales with the magnitude of your impact. Your earning potential scales exactly with the complexity of the problems you are capable of solving. Earning money is only the first half of the equation. Retaining it requires the discipline of delayed gratification. It takes quiet resolve to reinvest a bonus instead of buying a new gadget. You are choosing to trade fleeting comfort today for permanent financial security down the road. This graph compares two approaches to saving over a 25-year timeline. The flat line represents cash sitting in a bank. The hockey stick curve above it shows the reality of compounding, where your reinvested returns begin to generate their own returns. This approach demands extreme patience. Decades of holding through market volatility, rather than reacting to headlines, allows a portfolio to transition from a small fund to a legacy. Abundance is the result of a patient, strategic mindset that consistently prioritizes a long-term vision over the impulse to consume immediately. Retaining money is significantly harder than acquiring it. By the time you finish your workday, your ability to make disciplined financial choices is often completely depleted. To counter this, you use implementation intentions. These are premeditated rules that dictate exactly when, where, and how you will execute a positive habit. Elite performers train at a specific time in a specific place every single day. They completely remove the act of choosing from their routine, eliminating any room for negotiation. You apply this exact strategy to your paycheck by paying your future self first. By setting up automatic transfers, you route your money directly into an investment account the moment you are paid, before it ever reaches your checking account. Financial discipline is about removing friction from good choices. You design a system that runs on autopilot, making failure the most difficult option. Even the most robust system will break down if your environment constantly triggers bad habits. Your physical space and social circles dictate your baseline behavior. You must curate your inputs. This means actively pursuing financial education and being strictly selective about the media, books, and advice you consume. Before chasing volatile trends, you build basic literacy using reliable, government-backed fundamentals. You learn the rules of the system from the institutions that define them. As you surround yourself with positive financial influences and communities, those external voices begin to physically override your old negative money scripts. Financial freedom arrives when you successfully rewrite your internal beliefs and then aggressively protect them with automated external habits.